Hi everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be taking a deep dive into Luna Classic, often an overlooked coin, but a coin that offers really great opportunities if you are willing to buy at the right levels and play the waiting game for Luna Classic. And as we are at a time in the market now where altcoins are making their move, some are going, some are staying, people are getting impatient. Is mine going to go? People are getting fearful. Mine's gone and come back down. Should I sell? And we really need to watch out for key levels that we're looking out for on coins like this on Luna Classic, key Fibonacci levels, and the Elliott wave count as well. That also lines up with that we might be getting a bit of a pump to the upside for Luna Classic very soon. So if you do like this video, give it a like, comment down below, let me know what you think, and subscribe as well if you don't mind. So yes guys, let's get straight into it. To start out with, you guys know my technique is to look for the big bullish breakout levels on the weekly time frame or on the monthly time frame, but as we do not have that much price history here, I'm going to keep on the weekly time frame. It really offers probably the higher time frame analysis that we are looking for. Monthly time frame, not so much on this coin. And as you can see, this level down here was a nice breakout level that we came up, big massive bullish candle skyrocketing out of there, that we have now come down and filled. And you can see there is 1, 2, 3 wicks into there that we like to see, and now we are looking to move up with a nice move up here, big wick to the upside, bit of manipulation, getting buyers sucked back in there to make them lose money and probably sell back down at the range, in an accumulation range that we are looking for Luna Classic, in my opinion. So if I just point out some key Fibonacci levels now and a bit of Elliott wave, you can get an idea of what I'm looking at and what I am expecting. When mapping out the Fibonacci's, I'm going to stick to the weekly time frame, as I mentioned earlier, probably the most relevant higher time frame chart that we're going to have a look at here. I'm just going to take the Fibonacci on the candle body to the candle body, and what I'm going to be looking for, at least here for Luna Classic, is a move back up to this wick here at the 786 retracement mark. So we'll leave that zone marked out there, and that would be a really nice move back up in another potential, just a little retrace to the upside to come back down to this range. And if you know cryptocurrency, you must have seen this happen so many times in charts where we just have a nice big move up, come down, retrace, and then come back down to an accumulation range. An example would be the XLM chart that has recently happened over the past few years. That's a really good example, but this is just on a bit of a shorter time frame here for Luna Classic. And in terms of percentage moves there from the bottom, we would be looking at about a 200% move there for Luna. So not to be sniffed at here, not to be stiffed at there for Luna Classic. 200% is 200%, but we don't want to rule out the fact that we might get one final capitulation dip into there, because we do have a zone here down at this weekly breakout level that we might want to watch out for. But when we are looking at risk to reward here in terms of spot trading, not really so much leverage here. The risk to reward is looking good for the upside in terms of not so much downside potential here, in my opinion. Obviously I could be wrong, but this is just what I'm seeing here. So in terms of the Fibonacci levels on the higher time frame, looking good. So we're just going to take the next swing high here to the current swing low on the Fibonacci. Oh, I'm on the trend based Fibonacci there. Going to go back to normal Fibonacci, current swing high to the swing low. And what we want to be doing is just mark out the 786 again. And you can see here that would be perfect in terms of a 3 wick fill there. Nice bit of liquidity above these 3 wicks here in terms of people shorting the market to come back down. So if these people shorting the market down here have not taken their profit yet and expecting lower, the market maker would probably want to seek to come back up and at least do something like this and take them out before then a move down. So in the short term, that would be another potential 125% move for Luna Classic. Again, not to be grumbled at, not to be missed out on. And in terms of just risk to reward, again, looking very clean and very nice. But zooming out, I am seeing a potential now for a much bigger move for Luna Classic here that I was pointing out on my thumbnail. If you have a look, I said a potential 600% move, and you might think, where on earth is that coming from, Ryan? I'm just going to show you here. That's just a simple candle wick to candle body trend line there. If you know crypto, you've seen this play out so many times where you get 1, 2, 3 hits to the trend line before then a massive crash back down to come in and fill this bullish breakout candle level here, which we probably will end up doing at some point. But again, when we are thinking about risk to reward in the market here, things are looking nice. So you can have your profit take level at profit take 1, profit take 2, and then look for the higher percentage gains here, where you maybe leave 20-30% to run at about the 4.618, and that would be, if we have a look at the percentage gain there from current price levels, beautiful, about 500-600% move, which is why I've got that there on my thumbnail. So yeah, this has just been a really simple, really short update on Lunar Classic. Don't want to overcomplicate it here, don't want to get too in depth, but just going to have a look at the Elliott wave count now on what I'm seeing on the lower time frame, and that will probably do for Lunar Classic. So zooming in now for the 1 hourly time frame on Lunar Classic, just getting a better idea of what's going on in the most recent price action. Very washy, very manipulated, but you can see this big bearish breakdown level that we had here, where we came down, wicked quite far into it, and then came down to fill in some of that wick. So probably when looking at Lunar Classic, that was probably your bottom there, at least a local short-term bottom, because then we have now moved back up and manipulated this range, up, down, up, down, up, down, and now hovering above the range. But in terms of the wave count, very hard here for Lunar Classic, but I'm going to say that's a truncated wave there, and we have a nice impulse to the upside from there. It can be interpreted very, very differently, but that's the way I'm going to interpret it. I've seen altcoins do this, truncate waves, mess up the Elliott wave traders, mess up the pattern traders that we are going to sort of like break down from this level, retest, and then go further down. It's messing everyone up. It's very, very manipulated. But in terms of the count to the upside, I'm potentially looking at this as a 1-2 to the upside, with a much bigger Fed wave to come to our targets that we outlined earlier. And on the short term, this would just be another 1-2 to the upside for us to then move into that Fed wave to the upside. And even on the shorter time frame here, we may even have another 1-2 here. So that's probably the best Elliott wave count that you're going to get. Obviously this Fed wave would go much higher, but Elliott wave terms, a 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 setup with a nice range break here on the 1 hourly, and zooming out to the weekly and monthly time frame levels that we've seen earlier. Things are looking for Lunar Classic like it's set to pump, so I don't want to say rush in here, because like I said earlier, we might get that move down and you could say, well, yeah, Ryan, just saying we could do this, we could do that. And really, that is what I'm saying. We could do absolutely anything, but in terms of risk to reward here for spot trading, I think Lunar Classic is probably a buy, and I'm looking really at entering myself. So that's what I'm looking at. Obviously it's not financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm just a guy doing this in my room, you know, not a professional at this. I think you guys know that and I know that. But yeah, in terms of, if you liked this video, give it a like, comment down below, let me know what you thought, and let me know what you think of Lunar Classic. Is it ready to pump or is it ready to dump? Let me know, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thank you.